Action.
You are now tuned in.
Breathe.
100% music.
Dream. Defer.
You are now tuned in.
Breathe. Trust your process. Dream. Defer.
You are now tuned in.
Breathe. Trust your process. Dream. Defer. Trust your process. Dream. Deferred. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Dutchi. I'm here live. It is Tuesday. Feeling good. I think I can say that. And I'm here in the stew, trying something out new here, and I'm in the midst of finishing a banana. We'll probably just finish it when we finish because it's kind of weird to talk. And I'm having some tea. So, kind of got up late, but a lot of reflection and a lot of good stuff. So, just crazy what sleep can do for one, and also crazy what some reflection and meditation devotion can do as well for you. So, I got that kind of going. I don't know why I feel at a loss for words because there's so many things that I want to say, and hopefully you guys aren't picking up a lot of background noise. But if you are, hey, forgive me. I'm sure I talk much louder than all of that. So let me get right to it. I don't have like shout outs, but I will shout out a friend of mine who is doing something. Her and her partner, they have something called Stronger Fit. But so I'm going to post on there when this finishes. Post all to my story, so please follow me at Finish Focus for any photos, videos, content, basically creation, direction, production, that kind of stuff. I will say with that, I was starting to feel pretty discouraged in some ways. Also, just follow me, your host at Dutchi Danny, and of course, make sure you're following Dream Deferred Pod. But I wanted to talk about Stronger Fit because they have, it's kind of like a campaign, and they're talking about just like looking at this year. And so what you do is you get the template and you fill it out, you post, and you go from there. And so it's pretty cool. And let me see what else. So that's basically what I'm gonna start off. So this is episode 31. It's your girl Danny Dutchi. Losses are just negative gains, right? And so I'm using that because earlier this morning I thought that this episode would be about loss, and I was supposed to do a show with a friend of mine. She's kind of, I guess, more not just a friend because she's older than me. She's like kind of like one of those moms you have on the side, but I'll say a friend too because like I'm an adult now, right? Yeah. Okay. So, Jackie Bell, she also has a podcast, and I wish I had the name for it, but we're going to do a show on loss. And, I thought about that, and I said, well, wait a minute. And I said, because we're in the holiday season, and a lot of people are experiencing a lot of things, and sometimes it's a reminder of losses that you had this year, where you think you're supposed to be, but you're not, et cetera, et cetera. So, that's that. And I wanted to make a point of that because I know I've been through a lot of loss this year. And that means, though, I've had opportunities to grow from those losses. And so, you don't like my nails? Sorry. So I lost some fingernails this morning. I clipped them, thank God. No, I'm just kidding, but seriously, every hurdle that I've been through this year has allowed me to move forward. And so I think you can't move forward without losing things in the process, no matter what speed you're going. So that's just a part of that. But anyways, I said losses are just negative gains because in psychology, we talk about consequences and like everything being a consequence. And so that will be an action that happens after a particular event or action, right? So then there's a consequence. There's a result. So consequences can either be cool. So consequences can be in two ways, and they come about either they are rewards or punishments. And so a reward is when you gain something, and a punishment is when you lose something. And so that's kind of why I say losses are just negative gains. Because like when we lose someone, you know how you say you gain an angel. I said a negative gain because it hurts a bit when you lose them, someone or something. Shoot, it hurt just to lose $1 sometimes. But it's always a pleasant surprise when you find that money later in your laundry, right? So we're always excited about that. So Stronger Fit, they started off with this like challenge, and it's like 2018 was a challenge. And so the three things I felt like this year for me has been filled with, though, even though I'm talking about losses, was like crazy when I sat and tried to think of like, what are those losses? Like, what does that mean? And what would I make those three things? So those three things would be opportunities, struggles, and freedom. And you probably are thinking like, those don't really sound like much of loss. Well, let me delve, I guess, a little bit deeper. So through thinking about what were the challenges, and I can say, you know, how are opportunities challenges? And I would just say that, you know, sometimes all opportunities aren't, I guess, like a cakewalk, and all opportunities are not that they're not good, but, you know, they all are different. So I hope you guys had some tea today. I'm having Caribbean Dreams herbal tea, which is like honey and ginger, and also a Bigelow green tea with mint. Bam. And so then they ask you to look at, like, through discovery. So the discovery will force you to, like, reflect on your feelings, actions, and thoughts through all of that. And so some of the feelings that I had were self-doubt this year, excitement, right? Of course, that goes with the opportunities. The struggles, I think, cause self-doubt. Some of those, like I said, about losses, especially family members, people, relationships, jobs. Oh my gosh. This year has been crazy. It seems like it's been so long and so much has happened. But I think the only way all of this can happen is because, like, I'm moving forward. So the other couple of feelings are fear, like I said, and grief, which I think definitely comes with loss. And the fear of, like, losing again, right? Self-doubt in your abilities or the opportunities you have. Will you keep them? How well will you be able to do with them? You know, all that. So, and excitement, right? Like with those opportunities, with the freedom, definitely comes excitement. Like you think that you can explore so much, you want to explore much, you want to do better, and so you're excited. All right. So some of the actions though that took place within that and tied in was, I think, just starting to put myself out there, creating some of the opportunities for myself, going for conversations and meeting people that I may or may not have the opportunity to have met without doing that, and taking on the opportunities. Staying the course, right? Like, so if I got into an opportunity, it was like, okay, like, what can I do to either keep it, or how can I, like, further broaden that out? And saying goodbye, right? So sometimes it was like, sometimes like some sort of closure, some ending of a relationship, whether it be by choice or abrupt, meaning like something natural event caused the relationship to be over. Maybe it was the end of a job, the end of an opportunity because literally time just ran out, or something happened that caused that was not accounted for in the beginning. And then thoughts and this discovery. So like, maybe I should stay at my job. I remember talking about that to you guys like many episodes ago. Just thinking about, should I just stay? Like, why even quit? What am I doing? And then another thought, though, that I think has kind of been what has held me together through all of these things, through opportunities, through struggles, through freedom, is just like all things, though, are working together. So either if it's something in my doing, or if it's something that I feel like nature is doing or someone else is doing, like everything is supposed to basically happen like it's happening, and it's going to go forward from that point. Then they want you to reflect, okay? And you're thinking, oh, I reflect every day. So the toughest things I dealt with were, so like I said, loss, anxiety. I've talked about that a bit. And I really do think, and a doctor told me before, is like my anxiety could not even be like regular anxiety, maybe, but maybe the anxiety is caused by something like ADHD, like just being hyper, not being able to focus, and all those kind of things. Just, I think the worst part about the anxiety is that it may cause you to just stay at a standstill or explode, and or kind of hide. You know, it's kind of like the same thing, like the fight or flight. So either you're going to do something about the issues, or you just stay still, or you take forever to get started on the next thing. So that's that. Hard feedback, receiving that feedback this year. So hearing things you may not want to hear has definitely been trying. And then, like I said before, I think I kind of mentioned it was self-doubt. And I think those are all the toughest things that I dealt with this year, because I think some of them, you know, kind of were in my control to maybe not have it happen. But then I think some of it is just natural. Let's see. So how did I deal with them? Then they're going to ask you, like, how do you deal with these things? Like, I don't know. How does anyone deal with this stuff? So for loss, I think the biggest thing is you can hold on to those memories, and you can keep those people near and dear to you. You don't have to like just delete them. Like, I think even when you're talking about, like, yeah, loved ones, but then sometimes that I see people and they're dating someone and then they're not, and then it's like, man, that was just so abrupt. And like, how do you get rid of that? How do you purge someone of so many years from your life? And then, like, do you just do that? Do you just erase them like some Scantron document and just start bubbling in new stuff? No, like, I don't think it works like that, because there will always still be some graphite left over, right? And so I think you can keep some of the good memories. I think you can definitely keep the lessons learned. And I think that's the most important thing you have to do when you your circle changes, or you gain new people, or rather lose people, rather. So with anxiety, I tried meds, and I think they were helpful, but I think I really disliked having to be on something to kind of, I felt like, control this angry person inside. And not that I'm an angry person, but I think there were different things that caused me to be angry. And I think when you don't address those issues, or that underlying thing at the surface, then it causes you to react in ways you wouldn't want to. So the other thing that, you know, if I said I tried it, that means I did, and I've left it. But I think it's for you to avoid certain situations, you know, like being around certain people, avoid trying to stress yourself out by either pleasing too many people, or just you know, taking on too much. And I think the other thing is not allowing yourself to become overwhelmed because you're not meeting deadlines. So maybe it means you have to do better planning. I said money because I left my job, right? And teachers don't make a whole lot of great money, but it's not bad. I think, especially like if you don't have a kid and you're single, it's a pretty decent paying job. It's not the best, and it's still underpaid, right? But when I look around at all the people that don't have, and I've worked many minimum wage jobs, like, it's not, I think, something that I have to continuously complain about. The issue there was more so the bureaucracy and the politics that went along with it, but not so much the actual job, not working with the kids. None of that was an issue. And so, of course, like, we still need money. Like, we still, you know, want to maintain a certain lifestyle, be it, you know, subscriptions to the gym, or if I have a subscription to Netflix or to Adobe. Sorry, I don't know what that noise is. You know, Adobe programs, et cetera, like, all that stuff costs money, right? You need fuel. So even when you want to help people, when you want to do the things that you dream of doing and your passion, like, it still will take, you know, funding to make it happen. All right. Hard feedback. I just try to take the truth from the sting. And I say that because in every, I think, critique and every joke and every criticism, you can find some truth there. Like, what could I have done better? What are they saying? Why are they saying it? How can I use it for next time? So I think the hurt doesn't not hurt anymore, any less. But I think that you can, you know, kind of cushion it with taking out some truth and taking your feelings